Alright boys, welcome to BBL Week 8 versus Chimpact. We're going to get connected here. From Chimp, we see pretty much exactly what we expect, except we see Overquill, which I did not have too much prep for, over the Tinkaton. Okay. And we see something else I did not expect. Oh, and then we just see Ogerpon over Landers. Okay, so because there is no Landers, I do feel a lot safer about leading the Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh matches up very, very nicely into anything except for... Yeah, I mean, Ho-Oh matches up very nicely into anything except for the Terapagos. And if he leads Terapagos, we can go hard into Goldingo. So I feel pretty good about that. And he's actually Terra Steel Torn. So we have to keep that in mind. Honestly, that's really good for our Boulder in-game. And Boulder looks fantastic in this in-game. So that is going to be what we are going to play for. All right, man, have fun to Chimp. We're going to go ahead and jump in here. We are going to lead Ho-Oh. I am going to expect something like the Ogerpon or the Keldeo to lead, as we do see the Overquill, actually, which is fine by me because I should be able to get off a pretty mean Sacred Fire on this Pokemon. At -1, I actually am able to 2-hit KO with the Earthquake. Do I value getting the Sacred Fire off more or the 2-hit KO with the Earthquake? If I lock Earthquake, he can go Torn the following turn. I think I like locking Sacred Fire, to be completely honest. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the Sacred Fire because the spikes that he could potentially get here, or the T-Spikes, don't affect me a whole lot. And how much damage does he do to me? If he's Life Orb Gunk, he does about 85, so he can't kill me after Poison. That's max attack, not Adamant. If he's Adamant, he could kill me, I suppose. Oh, we could Earthquake. I think I'm gonna go for the Sacred Fire here. We have a 50% chance to burn. We do some good damage there. He's looking like no HP, as he is gonna get a Spike up. Like I said, Spike's not super detrimental to my gameplay in here. It'll do some decent damage to the Boulder, but other than that, not really going to do a whole lot here. So we have a couple of options here. I do expect him to go hard into the Hearthflame or hard into the Keldeo, and I would like to prevent that if possible. Yeah, if anything, I do expect the hard Keldeo. How can I protect against that? Honestly, I don't have a lot of great counterplay to the Keldeo right now because Crunch is such a viable option. I don't think I can go hard into Goldingo or Kyurem here. I think I'm just going to fire up another Sacred Fire. I think the Keldeo switch is just so obvious, but he also doesn't know that I'm not choice. He might just not go Keldeo. I think Sacred Fire is still my play. I'm going to go ahead and rip one off. He is going to switch out. If he goes Keldeo, I don't think I had a great pivot regardless. Grexrom. I'm not sure what this is. Zachmander. Can we get a burn? Why is he so small? We got a little man on the field. Can we get a burn? We can. Is he Lum? If you switch a hard in like that, you're probably Lum, right? You are Lum. You are, in fact, Lum. Okay. So we did about 10% there to that 11-ish% at -1. That's looking like it is going to be some amount of HP investment for sure. So we have a couple of different options here. We can go into our Weezing Galar for sure. Weezing Galar is not a bad play at all. We can take 2 Bolt Strikes from a max attack Zekrom. And we also weaken his Scale Shot. I actually think I like Weezing as the initial pivot a lot, and then we go into Swampert. We set the Misty Terrain, and then he can't really do a whole lot of damage to Swampert. I think this is definitely the sequence here that we're going to go for. And if he's not even max attack, he can't 2-hit KO me. So we'll see what happens here. Hard Swampert also could have been a play if I just expect a Raw Bolt Strike, but I am a little bit scared of DD into Weakness Policy. All right, we're going to get that Surge up. We're going to be Misty Surge here, as we are probably going to see a Bolt Strike or a DD. Rocks? I didn't even know this Pokemon got rocks! I didn't even know this dude got rocks. That's really, really sick, actually. Okay. I mean, Kyurem Black in-game is still looking fantastic. Honestly, what is stopping the potential Kyurem Black in-game? I think you go Overquill here, if anything. What do you do? What do I do if you go hard Overquill? I can go into Swampert, I suppose. I feel like right now, I don't want a Misty Explosion because this Pokemon still has a lot of use, especially Misty Terrain in the in-game. I feel like I'm just going to fire off a Gunk, and if you go Overquill, I can pivot Swampert the following turn. He's actually going to go for the Fusion Bolt here. Let's see how much damage this does. 292. Laughable damage. And we are going to miss the Gunk. Fantastic. Okay. So, that's awesome. Do I want to do that again? How much did you do? 292... down to 187. I could just pivot Swampert now, because your plays should be Overquill or stay in and Bolt Strike here. So, in fact, I am going to go ahead and go Swampert here. But I think Swampert's the play here regardless. Stealth Rock and Bolt Strike. We're going to see what he goes for here. He's going to go for another Fusion Bolt. And we are going to obviously not care about that. I am going to go ahead and get my own rocks up. I think my own rocks are extremely valuable. He's going to switch out here. He could go Ogerpon. He could go Keldeo. Could go Torrentee. So he's going to go Torrentee here. We are Rindoberry, so I'm not like super worried about this. I think Flip Turn's the correct play here because he could just Tara and we could see that. I am curious what he goes for. It could also just be a U-turn of his own. It could be a knockoff potentially. I think Flip Turn is our best play. It is going to be a knockoff here. I'm going to see about 49 damage come off from that. So that's looking like he is timid for sure. Okay, and we have a couple of options here. We can go Cure on Black. How much would a Tara Blast do to this? I mean, we have to break the Tara Shell. I don't want to go Cure on Black till we break the Tara Shell. We could go into Ho-Oh potentially here. Let me actually see. How do I like Ho-Oh against this Pokemon? Yeah, we live the Bleak Wind. We chew the Bleak Wind pretty easily. We know he's going to be special based on how... We know that he's going to be special based on him being timid there. I actually think I really like going Ho-Oh and clicking Brave Bird. I could also go Tornadus, but he would knock off my Scarf. I could go Boulder. I don't think it's time to use the Boulder booster, especially because he's not Tara'd yet. I really think I like the Tornadus, or the Ho-Oh here. I actually think I really like Brave Bird predicting the Keldeo because it allows us to get big damage on this Pokemon. It allows us to prevent the Keldeo from coming in, and we can go G-Weezing and Misty Explosion if he does decide to stay in there and get some big damage on something, and potentially look for the Cure on Black in-game. It's a little bit early because of the... Terrapago Shell, but I do think Brave Bird's our play regardless. We're going to try to get some big damage off. In fact, we might raw kill this Pokemon if he does decide to stay in. He stays in, we might actually just raw kill this Pokemon. As we actually do knock out the Tornadus. Fantastic. So, goodbye Tornadus. That's a massive threat out of the way. That is a massive threat out of the way. He is probably going to go into... He has to go Zekrom now. Yeah, he has to go Zekrom now. We're going to make a play into our Weezing, which is what I think we're going to do. I think we'll be in range to get that Misty Explosion off, and I think I'm fine with getting that Misty Explosion off should it come to it. I don't think Swampert can live 2 hits from this range if he is like Scale Shot or something. I don't want to necessarily give him that speed boost. We really are just one Terrapago's Shell being broken away from winning with Boulder, and that's even if he's Boots, right? So I think I still go into Skin Color the Weezing here. We get Bolt Strikes into Custap range, and we could get a Misty Explosion off here. We go into our Weezing. Bolt Strike should not KO us, but it should put us in range of Custap, correct? Correct? I think so. He could also be Volt Switch here. Volt Switch would be really nice for him. He's actually going for the Dragon Dance. So do I have... Am I in range of Custap right now? Or am I in range of Custap after the Spike? Let me see here. I think it's after the Spike. 105... It's after the Spike. I think I go Swampert here now then, because you don't really do damage to the Swampert. I think Swampert is my best play here. In the terrain, like, you should Bolt Strike here. You don't kill me with anything else. You could DD again. If you DD at +2, we know you're not invested. You probably still kill my Swampert, but then I get the Misty Terrain Explosion with Weezing. I am going to go into Swampert here. I think Swampert's definitely my best play here. We're going to switch out here. I do think this is definitely my best play. Because we also don't know one of his moves, and I'm going to assume it's like Scale Shot, maybe, potentially, for sure. We come in on the Spice, we come in on the Rocks. We actually do not live. If he DDs here, we do not live whatever he wants to go for, but he Fusion Bolts, so in the Misty Terrain... Oh, actually, no, it wasn't calculating Misty Terrain. It took it away when I gave him the +2 for whatever reason. So, yeah, it looks like he does virtually no damage to us here. So what we could do is we could Flip Turn here. Swampert just doesn't do enough damage here for what I would like. But has Swampert outlived its use? Probably. Definitely, right? It's good for the Overquill, but at this point, I don't know if it takes a hit after Rocks. I think we definitely just go for the Earthquake here. He's actually going to switch out here, so we're going to get a pretty big Earthquake off on something here. As he's going to go Overquill, actually. Okay. This dies. And then what do you go into? Ogerpon? Ogerpon's scary for sure. Oh, he actually does not die. He's going to be what, Citrus? Okay, he is Citrus. So Citrus Berry. I'm actually completely okay with Swampert going down here. This doesn't let Ogerpon in, which I think is nice. He's at what? A little under 45. Okay. I actually really like this positioning for us a lot. We can Flip Turn here. We can go into... We can try to go Boulder, try to get some mid-game breaking. It might even be a good position to do that right now. I think I like that a lot. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get a slow Flip Turn into Boulder. He's actually going to switch out here. Into what? Elbirapon. Tell me this is Keldeo. Okay, this is Ogerpon. So, he's taking 25, then he's going to take another 25-ish from this. We're not in Torrent, I don't believe. Could be wrong about that. He thinks about another 25-ish. That looks like it took less than it was supposed to. That might be a bulky Ogerpon. Hold on. Yeah, that is certainly a bulkier Ogerpon. Boulder, I think, is what I like the best. I think I like Boulder the best. I can Boulder. Could I Swords Dance in the face of Overquill is my question. I think I go Boulder here. I think I go Boulder here no matter what. Boulder's the only thing that outspeeds. I could also go Goldingo. Does Goldingo kill a Bope Ogre? I don't want to go Ho-Oh because I don't want to die here, and I will die no matter what. Goldingo can't. My only play here is to go Boulder, unfortunately. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Boulder. We're going to try for this mid-game breaking at this point. I think he should sack Overquill, but I'm not sure what you go into afterwards. And I don't even know if it's worth using my Tara here. Boulder has a lot of usability in this in-game with or without its booster energy, to be honest. I think I've really hyper-fixated on its booster being very crucial, and it's only crucial in the sense that Keldeo might be Scarf. And in fact, I do think I am also going to Tara to get to that position to where we have some sort of a pretend pivot into the Keldeo. And here, obviously, I do think I just Mighty Cleave. I think that you sack the Ogerpon, though. Sorry, the Overquill. If you Trailblaze, for whatever reason, do you kill Boulder from here? Yeah, because I really want to Swords Dance calling that Overquill, because the game is, I think, over if I do. But I don't think I have the ability to make that call here, and just in case he does stay in for whatever reason. So we're just going to Mighty Cleave here. He's actually going to stay in, so I'm very glad that we didn't go for the Swords Dance here. We're going to go ahead and go for the Tara. He must have saw that he lost if he stayed in with that. Or if he switched out the Ogerpon and went to Overquill. So we're going to go ahead and get this Mighty Cleave off. We're going to kill this Pokemon. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's another one for Big Boulder's shoulder, man. He could go Zekrom here, I guess? Could he go Zekrom? I mean, we have adequate pivots. Like, I'm not worried about you, Zekrom. You're not scary, bro. Oh, he goes Terapagos. Oh, he goes Terapagos. Okay. Okay. I mean, do I like breaking this thing's Tara Shell? I think I just go Goldingo. I don't think I overthink this too hard. I think I go Goldingo. Goldingo's my guaranteed check to this Pokemon. You probably click a setup option here. We go Goldingo. If you Rockpaw, I mean, no matter what you click here, pretty much always we're going to trick Scarf. Pretty much no matter what you do, we're going to trick Scarf here. As he goes for Toxic. Okay, fantastic. Awesome. This was definitely a set that I expected as well. This was the set that Wagon brought, but he brought it as a lead set instead. And we saw Boots as well, which is great to know. I really want to trick, but I do think that you go into the Ogerpon and sack it off here. And if you do that, what do? I mean, I can sack Swampert. Do you stay in here, get damage on this? I don't know. I think you save Overquill, right? I think I do want to go for that trick. I mean, I don't think I lose the game if I give this Overquill that's not offensive Scarf, especially because it has limited switch-ins. I'm going to click Trick. Okay, he stayed in. Fantastic. He stayed in. So I think whatever move... I don't think he's locked Toxic. I think whatever move he clicks right now is where he's locked into. He might be locked Toxic. I don't know. We'll see. And I get the boost, so now his Terra Shell breaks on entry. He's going to lock Dark Pulse. Okay. That's fine by me. Dark Pulse. I'm actually a little surprised to see Dark Pulse. It's the weaker of the options that he had to potentially run into me. So he can Dark Pulse again. I could just go here on Black, man. Oh, but I could also go Boulder. Big Boulder shoulder. Dark Pulse isn't doing any damage to Boulder. I don't necessarily need Boulder. I like Boulder a lot, actually. I don't want damage on Kieran Black. He stayed in, so he is going to Dark Pulse again. We should live 2 Dark Pulses from this range, I do believe. I didn't calculate. I was running out of time. But I do believe we should. Yeah, we should, guaranteed. This is max special attack. Modest is 28. Oh, wait. Rocks. Oh, we might not. 167. Oh. He is no offensive investment. He did 60 damage with Dark Pulse. Yeah, he is quite literally no offensive investment at all. I am just going to go ahead and go for the Mighty Cleave here. It does the most damage possible. Yeah, I'm not going to overthink it. We're going to go ahead and get this Mighty Cleave off. And we're going to break that Tara Shell. We're going to get some big damage on this Pokemon and potentially put it in range of a Kieran Black in-game. In fact, if he lets us get this second... Yeah, if he stays in and he gives us this second Mighty Cleave, we might just go ahead and he might be in range of a +1 Icicle Spear 3 hit. I think I just get my damage. Why would you give me Tara Shell? Why would you give me Tara Shell and then switch out? Surely not Keldeo. Okay. Alright. Alright. I mean, that one makes more sense. That one makes more sense. I'm not even sure if we kill this Pokemon from here. We don't. I do definitely see an in-game where we win with... I mean, he dies to rocks now, so I can kind of pick and choose what I want to sack. We have Misty Terrain, Weezing still, Misty Explosion, which can be used for either the Keldeo or the Zekrom, which is going to come in clutch. He has this, he has Terapagos. I mean, Misty Explosion is going to be great here. Do I want to position it to where Boulder is my Pokemon that dies at -1? Because, I mean, if he goes Zekrom, we still have the Misty Explosion, but I kind of want to save the Misty Explosion for the Keldeo. Do I want to go Swampert? I don't think Swampert's the right play. I think Swampert dies to 2 of whatever. I think, let me just see how much Swampert takes from this Pokemon. Swampert takes a little bit too much. Swampert gets 2 KO'd after Rocks and Spike. I think I am just going to take my damage here. In fact, I am going to Earthquake just in case he goes into Zekrom for whatever reason. Get a little bit of extra damage. And he's also thinking, in fact, if he is going to Jet here, I don't even think that doesn't even kill us. And then down goes this Pokemon. And I think you go into... I want to say that you go into Keldeo here, right? And if you go Zekrom, I'm going to Earthquake, get my damage, and then Scarf. He does go Keldeo. Okay. So you should be Scarf here, based on the way that you sent this in. But I mean, at this point, Boulder's not really useful for anything. So we can definitely... Zen Headbutt here, and figure out if he's Scarf or not. I think that's what we're going to do. He's got Vacuum Wave. Okay. So how do I want to handle this? Oh, I forgot about Vacuum Wave. Oh, I forgot about Vacuum Wave. I mean, it didn't really matter there. We just don't know if he's Scarf or not. We assume he's not Scarf now, right? I think what I want to do is I want to go Weezing now. I want to go Weezing now because that baits him to stay in. And if he switches out, we Misty Explosion into Cure him, and I think we win the game. I think is what's happening here. Because we should live this. We were at 31%. We get our Misty Terrain up. He's going to think we're like Kyurem, which we were for a little bit on the build. Does it show that I eat my Custap? Don't show that I eat my Custap. I mean, if he Vacuum Waves... Would he Vacuum Wave? We're going to Misty Explosion here. If he Vacuum Waves, he kills me probably, right? But maybe this was the wrong play. I think I rushed this one. Surely, right? Surely you don't Vacuum Wave. Oh, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We were able to successfully bait it, man. I still don't think that was the right play. I still think we probably should have went into our dude guy, our good friend. What's his name? Let's go! I think we should have went to our good friend Ho-Oh there. Wow, but I do think that pretty much seals the game for us. I think I just go into Kyurem Black here. Let me see how much Terra Starstorm from non-invested dude does to us. 44. If we get to +2, we kill with 3 spears. I mean, I think we go Kyurem Black, we DD twice. I feel pretty comfortable with that. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable with that. We're gonna go Kyurem Black, we're gonna DD twice. He's no investment. This should always be fine. Oh, he's a lot healthier than I thought he was, to be honest. I mean, do you Starstorm here? Actually, do I even have to DD? Not really, right? I could DD once, see what he locks. This is interesting, because if he Starstorms, I go Goldingo, right? But if he Dark Pulses, I DD for free. I think what I do, I DD once. I see what he clicks here. I get big damage with Icicle Spear if he locks... Okay, he locks Starstorm. I think I go Goldingo now, and I think the game should be over. But boys, do I want to click Icicle Spear? 2 spears... From the range that he's at, even if we get double 3, he should die. I'm actually just going to go for the Icicle Spear, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the Icicle Spear. I think we should still win this game. He's max Fizz Def. Okay. 3 times? I'm not confident we KO now, to be honest. But if we don't KO, we go Ho-Oh and 2 Earthquakes should KO. Should win the game. Did I throw this away? I could just still go into Mr. Feast here, and that might be my safest play. Yeah, I think going Mr. Feast is definitely my safest play, actually. I think that lets me not throw the game. Because if I Spear here, I get 2 Kyurem dies. No, and then I go Goldingo, and I Shadow Ball, and we still win, I think. Do I want to Spear? We're going to get 3. You let me down last week. We're going to go ahead and Icicle Spear. We're going to get 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Awesome. Was that the right play? Probably not, man, but... You know what? I was feeling a little bit good. Kyurem Black let me down last week. He wasn't going to do it 2 weeks in a row. We should be able to KO any version of this Zekrom, who is very, very fat, by the way. He's a very fat Zekrom. And we're going to move on to 5 and 3, and that should lock playoffs for us. I'm going to double check the differential, but if our differential is good enough, which I think a 4-0 makes it good enough, then we are going to bring Grotto next week. So look forward to that, guys. we're gonna go ahead and pack this one up with 2 Icicle Spears. Okay, okay. We're gonna pack this one up with 2 Icicle Spears and move on to 5 and 3. And with that, your Portland Nightshades should be headed into the BBL playoffs. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this match and for the whole season, man. We play our friend Ant next week, and we should hopefully have Grotto by our side. Thank you guys so much for watching. And for now, guys, this has been John Jr. signing off.